Hello there, sweet friends. This is Gina. Welcome to the Rebookery channel. Do you remember this journal? This is my Christmas journal from last year. Well, I actually, once the holidays were over last year, I got this big idea that I was going to rebind this because it had really big ring binders, and I thought, well, I'm just going to put some fancy twine or something through here. And I took it apart, and then I don't know, I guess I forgot about it, and I forgot to rebind it. So yeah, I went looking for it today, and I found it in a bag, and it was waiting for me to put it back together. So I actually have a project. I have to go back and put this back together. But as I was going through here, it got me thinking about when I made this Christmas journal last year, and when it was all in one piece, how much fun I had just like putting the bones together, like not necessarily putting the pictures and the stories and everything in it. I just had so much fun putting the pages together, like figuring out what I wanted to be pages, and just using different book pages and using different fabrics and things like that. And so this is where my mind has gone for this Christmas. I want to bring back that feeling that I had when I put the whole thing together. And don't get me wrong, I loved putting the photos in and telling the stories, but I feel like when I put the photos in and I tell the stories, I don't know, there's just something, it's not as free as when I'm putting together the journal. And it could just be totally me and the way that I do it, but I just feel like I have the most fun putting together the bones of a journal, and then going back and putting in the stories and the memories and the pictures and everything. That's fun, but it's like a different kind of fun. Anyway, so this got me thinking about, first of all, I need to rebind this. So when I do, I'll show it to you. But it got me thinking about putting together, let me make sure this is in frame, putting together a Christmas binder and having it be a lot of fun putting it together, just like setting it up, and then you going and putting in your own, if you think of this as the bones, you go put in your meat, and that's all of your memories and your stories and all of your fun things. So here's what I got going on. I made a prototype, like a journal of what I thought I wanted this to look like, and then I broke this down and I made kits. I made 12 different kits, and each of the kits will be able to make a journal just like this. It has all of the ingredients, all of the items, the ephemera, the paper, the fabric, all of the tags, the book pages, the sewn in things that I've made, the envelopes, postcards, all of the things that you see here, I have put together in a kit. But the deal is, I didn't put the books together. I wanted you to have fun putting your books together. So the way I'm going to offer this is going to be a binder junk journal for Christmas, and it's going to be offered as a kit, and then I'm going to do some videos showing you how I put it together and how you can use the supplies, and you can use them the way I have shown you, or you can come up with your own way and be creative. And it lends itself to a lot of other areas too. It doesn't just have to be a Christmas journal. The processes and things that I'm going to use, you can absolutely do with other types of journals. So this is one that I put together. I will actually put this one in my shop. This one will be a partially completed, because I completed most of it, but you still will get the same components that all the other kits will have, even though theirs are not put together. So this is what it will end up like, minus the fabric. Now the reason why I had to put fabric on the back here is because the binder I used, it's a cookbook, it's a Betty Crocker, or no, it's a Better Homes and Gardens cookbook. the cover was actually off of it. So I had to do some repair, and to cover that up, I just used some fabric. So the ones you will get, the ones I'm going to put in my shop, the binder is all intact. It's not, the cover's not torn off like this one. So this one, I had to do some repairs, but it will go in my shop, and then it will have a package of all of the papers and the components that all the other kits have. Some of them I've actually used, so I've already put in here, but then everything I didn't use, I just left in this package. So let me show you what an actual packaged kit will look like. So this is the box that you will get. In the box, you will get a Christmas Golden Book. You will get a page protector that is full of all the components that will go inside of the journal. And you will get a vintage cookbook, Better Homes and Gardens cookbook, or there are 4 kits that have a vintage Better Homes and Gardens handyman book. And the reason why I chose those was because of the colors. So the Better Homes and Gardens cookbooks are going to be the red and white checkered, and then they have a little bit of blue. And then the handyman, it's completely red with just a little bit of texture on it. It's one of the original handyman Better Homes and Gardens books. Okay, so in this kit, what I have in my mind, here's what I thought. Let's take a golden book, a Christmas golden book. Let's pair it with the ease of a binder, because guys, there is nothing easier than journaling in a binder. It is so easy because you can open and close, you can add, you can subtract, you can rearrange, you can put new things in, add pages, take away pages. And so I wanted something that is easy like that, but I also wanted something that had the nostalgia of, you know, like a golden book, because to me that is all Christmas, because that's what I remember as a kid growing up, golden books and Christmas, and always getting one in my stocking and everything. So here's what I got going on here. I will have a binder. In the binder, I will have some, let me see if I'm in frame, make sure. I will have some pages that I've already put in, and I've already done the hole punching. There's a little photo sleeve here with some old Christmas seals. This is a piece of remnant card, like chipboard that I had gotten at, it's a scrap store, like they just have random scrap stuff, and so this is really cool because it's got the hole cut out. I have 5 pages from a Better Homes and Gardens cookbook. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 index pages from a Better Homes and Gardens cookbook, and the handyman ones will have 5 index cards from the actual handyman book, and they're really cool. They're like solid colors. They're faded, but they will then have recipe pages too. And then it will have a golden book that I have deconstructed. And the reason why I deconstructed it is because whenever you're using binders, if it is, unless it's a D-ring binder, and a D-ring binder just means that the rings look like a D, unless it's a D-ring binder, whenever you close it, you're always going to have to pull your pages in. Otherwise it won't close, and it just has to do with the rings. So a long time ago, they would stick plastic in here, but over the years that plastic breaks down, it becomes very brittle, and it's, you know, it's yellowed, so I always take those out. They had little plastic things back here that would, whenever you closed it, it would just automatically slide over, and a lot of people remove those. I love those because they are what the book was made with, and they always work really well. But the problem is they're not very pretty. So what I've done is kind of a compromise. I took the back of the little golden book that you're going to get, and I turned it into a sturdy back page. And I've gone ahead and glued, and I've hole punched, and I've actually sewn in this little piece right here, so that when you close your binder, if you just pull this forward, it will make your pages fit in here perfectly and you won't have anything getting bent. So that's kind of my solution for being able to open and close your binder easily. So that's what you will get inside the binder. The binders are all going to be from different eras, different copyrights, and they're ones that I've claimed from thrift stores or estate sales. So I've cleaned them all up. They've all been cleaned with a little bit of bleach and water, and they've all been, you know, scrubbed of any grime or anything. But you're gonna get the patina of an old cookbook or an old handyman's book. So there's gonna be some scuffs and some tears and some yellowing and maybe some browning. And I know there's one book, and I can't remember which one it is, which golden book it goes with, but like this piece right here is missing. And that's okay, because in the video that I am going to put on YouTube, I'm gonna show you guys how we can fix if your binder isn't in perfect condition. If you have some blemishes and stuff that you want to cover up, I'm going to show you what I would do to fix those. So there's the binder part. Then the little golden book part is going to come wrapped in some ribbon, and I have deconstructed your book for you, because sometimes deconstructing golden books can kind of be a little hard, especially if you haven't done it a lot. And if the book is old, it's kind of hard to deconstruct. So what I mean by deconstructing is, the first thing I did was I took the covers off, and so obviously I put the back cover in here. Then I take the front cover and I splice it. And what splicing means is I just tear right down the center, and you can see it's not perfect. But that's okay, because we're still going to be able to use it. And the reason why I would do this is because it reduces the bulk, and it allows me to now have two pieces of the book to use, and I don't have to, you know, like cover up a side. So there's that part, and then all the pages. So in this journal that I made, I actually have the entire story, so the entire Jingle Bells story, and it is complete, and it is all back here. And it can either be used as ephemera, or it can be read, or it can just be put in between your pages to add some interest and add just a little bit of detail to it. But all of the golden books will be intact, and you will have all of the pages. Personally, I like to leave the story intact so that I have yet another way to experience this journal. I can actually go through and read the story, and then it's like my memories and my pages and my pictures kind of enhance that story, and vice versa. So that's the golden book part, and it'll be, like I said, it'll be wrapped up in ribbon. Then the other part that you will get is going to be a page protector that is full of all of the stuff that I used to complete that journal. So everything I used is in here. I've even added some stuff like sandpaper, because to put the cover on the front, if you want to do like I did, we're going to use sandpaper to get the front covers primed and get them ready. So I've included even a piece of sandpaper in this package. So there's some handcrafted ephemera that I have made. There's some vintage like tags and papers, game cards, recipe cards. These are some stationery stickers from like Current Stationery. They're old, so you're going to have to use glue on them. But again, in the video, I will show you how I do that. Just some blank cards, some fabric, some yarn, some quilting pieces, some vintage Christmas trim, cards, and I've cut them down so that we'll be able to put them in the book. Parts of Christmas cards that will make some interactive pieces. I've made some sewn together pieces that we'll put inside, and then I'll show you guys how we'll poke the holes in them and how we'll get them to fit in your journal. Stickers and tags. The teeny tiny golden books. There's a page from a teeny tiny golden book. Some pretty Christmas stationery, more Christmas cards, some fold outs that have peepholes in them, and I'll show you how we'll use those. more quilting pieces, some fun little Christmas stationery, but it's not like writing a letter stationery, it's like shopping list stationery, so it's long and narrow. Some decorative envelopes again, these are vintage. Some teeny tiny journal paper, some old tally cards that are Christmas themed, some ephemera like old Monopoly money, some game cards, some Trivial Pursuit cards. I love this turquoise color and I thought it would be so fun to put in a Christmas journal. Another little gift tag, some vintage postcards. This one's vintage, this one is not, but we're still going to use both of them. Again, more parts from Christmas cards. Some pockets, so each packet will get a pocket that I've sewn and it'll be a top-loading pocket, and I'll show you how we'll use that in your journal. A tag that you can actually slip in here, or we can use it for something else in the journal, and so it'll have a little piece of fabric that I've sewn to it. This pocket will be a piece of sheet music, and I've sewn it so that it'll open from the side, and I'll show you how we'll put that one in. I have a piece of coloring book paper from a Christmas coloring book, an old Christmas coloring book, and because it is old, I folded it together and glued it so it's nice and stiff, and then I've added some fabric trim, and I'll show you how we'll punch the holes and put those in. These I love. These are like computer paper, because this was how you would feed it into the printer. And then these are tags, and I love using these tags just because you can do so many different things with them. So I'll show you some ideas in the video on how to use these. Of course, a security envelope, a doily, and even though this is a Valentine's doily, I'm going to show you how we can use that in your journal. A button card, some vintage fabric, vintage sheet fabric, some doily that I had cut in, and this is paper doily, that I had cut into pieces, a gigantic envelope that will turn into a page, some Christmas stationery, a page from a December work basket, and I think 1974, I think all of them are 1974. So the page you'll get, it's a double page, and it'll be something that has to do with December. This is a page from a Jack and Jill magazine, and this Jack and Jill magazine, oh, I don't know the date on it, I want to say it was 60s. This Jack and Jill magazine was a Christmas issue, so the page you get, again, will have something to do with December or with Christmas. This is some handmade paper that I had, and you'll just get a nice big remnant of that paper. Some of my absolute favorite letterhead that I just scored a couple of months ago, and I don't know if you can see it, you probably can't, but there's actually a watermark in here, and it's almost like parchment paper. The consistency of this paper is just, oh, the texture is awesome. And so what I did is I went ahead and stamped on it because we're going to turn this into an interactive piece in your journal, so I went ahead and added some stamps to it. A piece of cardstock, and I'm going to give you a really dark piece of cardstock. It's either dark green, it's black, or it's dark blue. And one edge, I've actually done some decorative punch on one side, and we're going to turn this into an interactive piece. Some book pages from an old, let's see, is it Better Homes and Gardens? I think it's Better Homes and Gardens Christmas Treasury book, so it's full of crafts and recipes and things like that. Another page from a Christmas Treasury book. That one's got some recipes on it. This one's got some images of a children's book that was actually in like this bigger Christmas treasury. And then a vintage calendar page. I believe they're all 1970s, but I could be wrong. There might be some 1968s, but they are all going to have a black and white picture of a train on one side, and then the other side will be a black and white and gray calendar page. And I just always I love Polar Express, and my kiddos loved Polar Express when they were growing up, and watching Polar Express was always just one of our Christmas traditions. So I thought putting a calendar page of a train in there would just kind of be kind of cool, and then having it be black and white is even cooler. And then I know you're like, what the heck does she have that for? Because I'm going to show you how we're going to use every last bit of these little golden books. So I have even put the back of the spine, because we're going to use this puppy dog when we go to put together our Christmas journal. So that's what's going to be in the packet. The only problem is that I had ordered a tool to go in each one of the packets, because in order to do this book, you're going to need a tool to make the pages. And the box came in and I was so excited and I was all ready to go, and wrong size. So I'm taking them back. I've already reordered the new tools. They should be in later this week, which means I'm hoping to get these guys listed in my shop next weekend. And like today is Saturday the 20th, so we're looking at like 27th, 28th, something like that is when I'm hoping to get these in the shop. I gotta wait for my package to arrive from my box store that had my tool that I got for you guys, because I want to make sure everybody has everything they need to put this book together. So that's the Christmas binder junk journals. Now let me show you what else I have. Okay, so maybe not everybody wants to buy the big binder junk journal, or maybe a binder junk journal is just not your thing. Maybe you're just wanting a little extra Christmas ephemera, and you're wanting a golden book to add to whatever you're going to do this Christmas for your memory keeping. So I have a collection, a large collection of golden books. They're all different ages, all different titles. I have several like Rudolphs, I have several Frosties and things like that. I have a couple of Jingle Bells. All the pages are intact. Now they're used, and you're gonna see that they're worn. The edges are worn. They may be yellowed, there may be some light staining, or maybe, you know, somebody has colored on something, but it would definitely be a book that you could absolutely use in your Christmas journal and your scrapbooking. And so in the shop, like this one's just a bit of a wrinkled page. It looks like somebody wrinkled it a little bit, but that, to me, that just shows that it's been well loved and it's been read, and that's what a book is all about. So in the shop, when you order a Christmas little golden book, I'm going to let you pick the title. So I will have all of these listed, and you'll just look at what title, what cover you want. With the golden books, I'm going to offer a little ephemera envelope where I've done some stamping on here with some Christmas stamps, and then I've added just a few little pieces of some Christmas ephemera that you could use in your journal. And it is totally different than the Christmas ephemera that's in the big junk journal binder kit. So you'll get a piece of some baker's twine that has gold wrapped around the white. You're going to get a vintage Hallmark Santa Claus tag. I thought this was the coolest little stationery notepad. So you'll get a piece of this, and it's got like I think of it as a Christmas goose because it's got that ribbon around it. And then you're going to get a small notepad, Christmas notepad, and on the inside the pages are not white. The pages are actually the same image, it's just faded a bit. And I don't know how many pages are in here. I would say 20 to 30 pages are in here, but these could be great little journaling spots for your journal. They could be little tags for your journal, little places where you can write lists and stuff if you are making one of those journals where you keep track of everything you do in December. So this little notepad would go a long way. So all of this, let me put all of this in the envelope with the stamping and a golden book, and I have several titles for you to choose from. So I'm going to get these guys, because they are ready. I'm going to get these guys in the shop on Tuesday, October 23rd, and I'm going to go ahead and list them at 8 a.m. again, just like I did last week. So Tuesday, October 23rd, 8 a.m., that's when I will have these books in my shop. And then the larger journals, as soon as my package comes in and I can complete the kit, I will get those listed, and I will get those posted, and I will let you know on Instagram. I'll maybe even do another quick video to let you know, hey, the kits are ready, and I'm going to have them in my shop, and I'll tell you what time they're going to be. The kits I have 12 of, so there will be 10 complete kits, and then there will be the one journal that I've partially put together and another journal that I'm going to put together with you guys when I make the video on how to put together the book. And so then the video that I'm going to put out there for you guys is, you don't have to purchase it. It is something that I'm just going to put on YouTube so anybody can join us as we put together our Christmas journal. And even if you don't have a binder or you don't have a little golden book, you can watch the video and maybe get some ideas on how to put together just an album. It doesn't even have to be a Christmas album. Okay, so just a quick recap. My little golden book and ephemera packs will be in my Etsy shop on Tuesday, October 23rd at 8 a.m. My junk binder Christmas kits will be in my shop sometime later this week, and I'm thinking about a launch date on Etsy, probably sometime next weekend, the 26th, 27th, or 28th. I have to wait until my package arrives before I can actually give you a date on that, but I will keep you posted, and I will let you know via Instagram, and I'll also put out another quick little video to tell you when I will be posting those in Etsy. And then the video that I'm going to do to show you how to put together the journal, I will be putting that video together over the next couple of days, and then I will be getting it out. I'm hoping to get it out by next weekend also, so around the 26th, 27th, 28th. Anybody can join us and make a Christmas binder journal, and yeah, we can get ready to record our memories because it's coming up. It is almost Halloween, which means Thanksgiving's right around the corner, and then boom, the holidays are here. All right, guys, I've talked for long enough. I'm going to let you go. I will talk to you all later. Have a great rest of the day. I hope you're healthy. I hope you're happy, and I hope you do something creative today. Bye.